All right, I'm going to add some audio to this because I'm going to record it for people to watch later if they want. You can see Gary here. I have him in the bathtub so that he can easily catch what I'm about to feed him because with this particular food he has a little bit of trouble in his cage because they're kind of fast. So I've got him on just a little dirty towel that needs a wash anyways. I've got my little bowl out, my tongs. You have to put a little calcium on their food, so I've got my calcium powder. And his meal for the day are these delicious Discoid roaches. So there they are. Discoid roaches are a great option for bearded dragons. They love them. They are very nutritious. But the reason I don't feed them too often, or a few reasons actually. One is it's definitely the grossest food that I feed Gary. I mean, they are just roaches, which I don't love. Number two, they're really fast and he has trouble getting them. We did have an incident once where some Discoid roaches escaped him. We didn't know. They actually lived in his cage for many months, got huge. We found them and he ate them eventually, but it was pretty gross. They're a little expensive. These guys where I live are $1 a piece. I have 5 of them here. And also, I've read that frequent exposure to the Discoid roaches can actually cause you to develop a roach allergy, which obviously I live in a warm place where we do have roaches. Hold on, I can actually hear my dog getting into something. I'm going to set you down here for just a second. You can just watch Gary while I go yell at the dog. Go get him. Come on. Okay, I'm back. While I've got the camera pointed this way, you can actually see that Gary is shedding here a little bit. This is skin that's going to be shedding soon. He's an older dragon, so he doesn't do a full body shed as frequently as he used to, but he does shed here and there, and sometimes it's just in little patches like that. So anyways, what I was saying about the Discoid roaches is that there have been reports of people that handle them frequently, like pet store employees, because I know at my pet store, they will just grab them out of the box with their bare hands, and there's been reports of people developing cockroach allergies. So I live in a warm place. No matter what you do, there are going to be cockroaches here and there, so I definitely don't want to develop an allergy to cockroaches. Because that would be miserable. So those are the reasons why I don't normally feed Discoids. I typically feed super worms, which is maybe slightly less nutritious, but has a ton of other benefits, including that they are way less gross than Discoids. But today, you're going to see Gary eat some Discoid roaches with sound. It's like I'm celebrating Halloween early. It is August, but for me, spooky season has already started. So in the background here, you can hear me rustling around. I'm just opening up the bag the roaches are in. And fortunately, again, these guys are pretty fast. You have to really keep an eye on them or they will escape. Other reason why I'm doing this in the bathtub. So I'm going to add a little calcium powder. Now, just an FYI, if you aren't sure if your beardie is going to eat all of the food that you give them in terms of live critters, you should be a little judicious with the calcium powder. Maybe put it on 1 or 2 of the bugs or worms first and try the Beardy out, because the creatures we feed them are like exoskeleton type critters. They breathe through their skin, and once you put the calcium powder on, it inhibits their ability to breathe, and they will die pretty quickly, not within minutes, but they wouldn't survive very long. So if you aren't sure if your Beardy will eat a particular live food, try it out first before you douse them all in the calcium powder, so that you can keep them alive for a little bit longer. And when we do store bugs, we use a nutritional gel for them, and that's just me shaking up the roaches in the calcium powder. Here they are in the bag, covered in the powder, because I know that he loves these roaches. He'll eat them all. And if he, for some reason, didn't, there's actually a bird that we feed outside when we have extra bugs. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, and I do not use my hands to pick up the roaches. Some people do, but again, that cockroach allergy potential there. So I'm gonna pick it up with the tongs. It is gross. And let's just put it near him. There he goes. He loves these guys. But you can see it is not the least gross thing that I do here. I guess that dirty towel under him is making it a little worse, but it's not for the squeamish. So I've got another one. Oops. They are really difficult to get out of their bag. There you go, bud. He loves it. Delicious. All right, so I'm gonna actually move the camera angle so you can get in there even closer. This is a very brave thing for me, by the way, because I hate roaches. I've gotten a little more used to them since I've had Gary, but definitely really my top nature-related fear. There he goes. You can see he loves them. Let's see if we can get him to chase one around a little bit. Oops, that was me dropping something into the bathtub. All right, so here we go. Let it down. And he got it. Delicious. I try not to make him run around in the bathtub too much without something down for traction. He has a little trouble getting around in the bathtub. Any Beardy will, obviously, because it's slippery. You know, he doesn't mind it too much, but I just try not to torture him too much by making him slip around. So if you do use, you know, the bathtub for certain things with your Beardy, just consider that their little feet do not get traction on the surface, and they can get kind of frustrated, especially if it's a issue where they're having trouble getting food. So I think this is the last one of these little guys, so I'm gonna put it again in the bathtub, let it kind of run towards him. And he went straight for it. He loves these roaches. All right, Care Bear, I think that's it. Yep, that was it. So that's 5. For him, that'll count for about half of his protein for the week. I don't feed him all of his protein in one day. I like to split it up and feed him 2 times a week of protein. So that'll be today, and then, you know, I've got some worms too. I might feed him tomorrow, or I might wait a couple days and split it up. But those are his roaches, so I'm gonna go clean up here and put him probably out in the sun for a little bit. So hang in there to watch the live stream of Gary out enjoying the beautiful weather we have. All right, bye.